Yeah, numbers are turning, so film's burning or videos burning, whatever. How old and mad my duck back at you this morning, people. It is the 20th of August, which means tomorrow I'm 60 fucking years old, whether I want to be or not. I've had to come to accept the fact that, fuck, I've gotten old. Still fucking in my 20s and 30s in here, and in here. I don't feel any different than I did when I was 8. No, I feel different than I was 18. I just don't feel any different than I have since I hit like 22, 23. I may be moving a little bit slower, a couple heart attacks, a couple strokes, the diabetes thing. Uh, Colon blowing out on me. It went in the bag for a couple years, but I don't feel any different. In here, I'm still young. So that's happening. And I think I win a bet or two for making it to 60. Oh well. Told you I was going to do it. Keep telling you people I'm going to live to 125, whether you like it or not. Whether I like it or not. Why 125? Well, shit, I said it 40 years ago, 50 years ago, and it's always stuck with me and it sounded good. So what else is going on? Don't know where Tweaky is. She hooked up with some guys yesterday, went down to fuck around, do her laundry. That's her new excuse for being out being a fucking meth whore. She's doing this to punish me. Evidently, we were getting too close, and she freaks out with relationships. And oh, she's a mess. Damn, she's a mess. After talking with her brother, and we've got it all worked out, and he accepts the fact she could do worse than me, and that I've been nothing but good for her. And yes, in the beginning, she told me when we first started seeing each other, I asked her, "What's it take to date you?" And she said, "You got to ask my dad and my brother." Well, I was like 57, 56, 57 years old, and I'd been a long damn time since I asked any young lady's father if I could date her. Went down and asked Austin, he looked at me and said, "If that's what you really want to do," he looked to me like I was out of my rabbit ass mind. The brother objected, screamed, jumped up and down, said she wasn't ready for a relationship. Well, now he accepts the fact that I have nothing but her best interest in heart, and I stand by her where everybody else runs off on her, and, I'm there for her, which is more than anybody else has done here lately. And the fact that I'm doing this voluntarily, him and his dad are stuck dealing with her. Me, I'm doing this just because I gotta be the stupidest son of a bitch on this planet. But there's something there. I see something there. I don't know what it is. Every fucking instinct says, yell, run, get the fuck away from this bitch before she has you killed or locked up again. And I'm thinking, there's something about her that it's like a moth to a flame. It's not them round little boobies with the nipples this fucking big before they get hard that stick out like this. I mean, she's like opposite of cross-eyed. I don't know what you call that. Up and out. I mean, it's okay. It's not that. It's not. I don't know. There's just something about the girl that gets to me. Gets me right in here. Little things she says and does daily, little smiles she gives me and looks she gives me. Right in here every time. So yeah, I fell in love with a dumb fucking bitch. But how can you know her for as long as I have and not be in love with her? Hell, when she's missing, the first person her dad calls says, "Hey, is she up there with you?" First time that happened, it had been like 30, 40 years since some young lady's dad had called me up looking to see if she was up at my place for the night. And it's, whoa. And he texts me, where's she at? Hell, I don't know. It's not like I'm her fucking babysitter. But right now, she's out trying to punish me. She's all pissed off at me, and her out being a whore is punishing me. And when we left here to go up and get this burritos, Ed wanted to go up and get goddamn big burritos. Some bitch about this fucking big around, about this damn long, and like it had to be 5 pounds. There was an ambulance and fire trucks down at where she was supposedly at, down at the fucking cheapo trailer court. And I had a bad feeling about it, and we headed up the road, got the burritos, came back down, and I thought I'd drive by. And yeah, up in there was a couple ambulances. Don't know if it was her or not, but had this bad feeling. Drove back by, didn't see anything that looked good or bad. So checked the police blotters, checked the fucking hospitals, checked the fucking jails. No sign of her. And been worried fucking sick all night. Actually, to the point of throwing up sick. Worried I shouldn't be. Because she won't ever appreciate it. Why put myself through hell for somebody that don't appreciate my existence? But if she's out fucking up everything, I don't know, she's got problems. She's got issues. She might even have tendencies, but okay, and another thing that's going on here. I've been watching this Jeffrey Epstein shit, this supposedly suicided in his cell. I've seen pictures of that house. Okay, cell, house. You done time, you know your cell is your house, and yeah, okay. I seen pictures of that house. I did 2 years, pretty much. I caught a 2-year program for sticking some dumb son of a bitch that peeled me from my shit when he moved out of my house. Turned out he was a baby raper to begin with, and evidently they're a protected species. Evidently you ain't supposed to stick half a pair of scissors into one of them. Then I caught a 2-year beef up in the hole there at Clown Bay, and lived in a house pretty much like that. Same setup, same furnishings. And I will tell you, as a resident of one of them little holes like that, 7 paces this direction, 7 paces back, 7 paces this direction, 7 paces back, you can't kill yourself in one of them. It was contemplated, probably daily, if not weekly. And it can't be done. They're lying to you. Another thing I know from being an old convict. I got more hole time in than most people got straight time. I used to take a goddamn 2-week vacation in the hole every year. I do believe the generation system has run out of petroleum. Yeah, that's what everything in here is saying. Shut down the heater, shut down. Yeah. Okay, so one thing I do know about them places is when you're laying there and you're either reading your book or writing a letter or just zombie, zoning because, or maybe you're over, got a toilet paper tube up against the sink and, hey, can you hear me? Yeah. Or got the water dipped out of the toilet and you're shouting down the hole. Prison communication. There's nothing fucking to do in there. I mean, you can only jack off so many times before the fucker hides from your hand. Prison humor there. Like I used to tell people, I got more jack time on the goddamn shitter in the hole than you got fucking time in, motherfucker. So get the fuck up off me. You ain't tough. But, I'm wondering if I should edit that out or not. That might be too much goddamn information. Well, it's prison shit. So, listening there, any noise out of the norm, anything that just isn't in the normal routine and pattern. You're up there at the door and you're trying to see out the window. Can I see out there? What the fuck's going on out there? I can't see out that way. You're looking out the cracks. If there's a crack between the door, if it's a slider door, there's a crack between the door and the wall, so you can maybe see out that way. Or you're down, looking under the door, and I don't see nothing out that way. Nothing out that way. Because you know how to work under the door. If you got some dental floss and a comb, you can go fishing. That's another story. Shit, I was fishing in prison, wasn't I? Okay, so somebody seen something, somebody heard something, somebody knows something. Because start looking for swinging dicks on that tier to start dying. Or look for inmates that were locked up on that floor of cells to start meeting their demise. Because there's no way with all that ruckus and racket that somebody didn't see or hear something. Oh, shit, my eyes are brown today. And not too bloodshot. Oh, fuck. So I got some good sleep, even though I worried about the dumb bitch all night, and now I'm still worrying about the dumb bitch, and I'll be worried about the dumb bitch until I see the dumb bitch, but until then, I'm still worried. Her dad texted me yesterday and said, "How you doing? Worried about your daughter." He told me to stop it. It's not worth the time and trouble. Uh, don't know why. That's why I got myself involved with the probe. If I'm tinkering with one of my rides, I'm not thinking about the dumb fucking bitch. If I'm out fishing, I start thinking about the dumb. Can't choose who you fall in love with. I mean, I guess you can, maybe you can't. It's like. It wasn't my idea. In the beginning, I shot at her 4 or 5 times, tried to run her over numerous times. I think I even threw rocks at her quite a few times. Get your nasty fucking tweaky fucking whore ass away from me, bitch. And said, shit, I'd given her $20 to get the fuck away from me. I don't know. But I'm going to be 60 tomorrow. Woke up with a hard dick, which makes me feel good. I woke up with a goddamn kickstand. Maybe this goddamn diabetes, erectional dysfunction shit. Yeah, too much information. But when you got shit that decides it ain't going to work for you, and that's why your old lady run off on you because you weren't the man she hooked up with and couldn't take care of her. Yeah, it's a big fucking deal when the goddamn thing starts working again. Of course, I'm laying there all night thinking of Tweaky and none of this shit. Heading for the outhouse.